So if you're like me, you're writing blogs, you're recording audio, you're on social media, you're doing videos, you're on YouTube, you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, you're on Snapchat, you're on all these different places. The problem with that is that number one, you're in so many different places, it's hard to keep yourself in check. Number two, that's so many different pieces of content. How am I ever gonna manage that? That's what I wanna try and help myself with, and as a byproduct, help you too. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? My name is Dave Connery. I'm an artist designer based in Southern... What's that? Oh, that? Don't mind that. That's just me, Jimmy rigging away so that I can record my pages in my notebook so that you can see them. We'll just put that down for a second. One of the things I haven't figured out yet is an overhead cam. Number one, I need to figure out how I'm gonna do it overhead. Number two, I need another camera, and right now it's the iPhone. That's all that works. Anyway, you didn't care about that. Just get the thing done, Dave. Get the dang video done, Dave. Let's go. Okay. Okay, so what I'm talking to you guys about and what I promised to talk about is the Creative Marketing Playbook. That's the title. That's what I'm calling it. Basically, it's going to be a calendar/journal where you and I can both use, our own, that we can use to track all of the things that we do, whether you're doing videos, whether you're doing audio, whether you're doing written stuff like blogs and newsletters, whether you're doing, scheduling all your social media posts. I'm creating a book that's going to be able to manage 3 months at a time. Now, of course, it doesn't come equipped with all the work, right? You have to do the work, but there's a framework involved, and what I want to talk about today is the basics of that framework. But now, before I tell you, hey, do me a favor, like this video, subscribe if you haven't done so, hit that bell so you never miss a thing, and make a comment if you feel so inclined. You can wait till later, and of course, share it with all your homies. So what happened was I started this idea of this thing, and I was like, I want to do this, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna jump right in, and I started to design it on the computer in Affinity Publisher, and I was just like, I'm kind of stuck. I don't know where to go from here. And so I said to myself, you know what, Dave? We're gonna have to get analog first. We're gonna have to get analog so that we can fully understand exactly what we're doing. Guys, I need to jump in here real quick and just kind of let you know that what you're gonna see here is part me doing a POV screen, like overhead, bird's eye view of the thing. And when I did that with my iPhone. And when I did it, what happened was that justification was often weird. So ultimately what's gonna happen is it's gonna be the not great quality. I'm not gonna refilm it, so you're just gonna have to deal with that. But at least this part where you'll see me is gonna be beautiful. Let's just raise this up again so we can see everything. It's a perspective thing. It needs to be up here so you can see what's going on the page down below. Look, I ain't Peter McKinnon, get off me. Okay, so what you see here is the basics. This is the Content Marketing Playbook, Build Ideas. This is where I just started all the generation of all the different ideas, all the things that I wanted to include, like the monthly breakdown, support page, deep dive pages, weekly detail content ideas. This was just me basically vomiting on the page so that I could show you what of all the different things that I'm gonna do. And I decided to build a little bit of framework, but that's a little messy. So I'm gonna go ahead and go over here to this page here and show you a more detailed, more clean version of the framework. Content Marketing Playbook, the framework. Dun dun dun! So the way I've broken this down is into essentially what is like the front section of the book, the middle section of the book, and then the end section, the first, second, third. Front section includes the front matter. That's like all the stuff that you normally see in a lot of books, like so maybe it's like the publishing info, or it's the title page, or maybe like a dedication page. I don't exactly know what I'm gonna put in there yet. I'm not gonna do a ton there, but it's not gonna be just a blank journal, so there's gonna be some information because there's some things that you guys need to know. Number one, the introduction, just a little bit of an idea of what it is that we're doing here. The second thing there is a support page. That's basically like a how-to, like how to use this book, how to use this journal. I'm also going to include a bunch of different content ideas because you never know, like you may be lost for ideas. So I'm just gonna throw a bunch of certain ideas that get the brain percolating, get the synapses popping. And after you've read some of that, then there's gonna be a spot right there up at the front, like what kind of stuff can I make? I wanna make video, what videos to make? Do I wanna make audio, what audios to record? Who do I wanna have on my podcast? What stuff do I wanna write for the newsletter? All of that is gonna be within that content brainstorm, something that you can go back to at any given time because there's going to be several months involved and you don't necessarily want to have to look at like which month did I write that down on? No, it's going to be at the very front, the very beginning so that you know that's where I went for my ideas. Then the second and the beefiest part of this book is going to be the quarterly goals and the monthly goals and everything that goes with that. So we start right up front with the quarterly goals, things you want to achieve for the next 3 months. And once you've established that, then you figure out, okay, month one, what do I want to get out of that? What do I want to take from the quarterly goals and apply to month one? And then there's also going to be a month one breakdown. Now, some of these things I'm going to play around with. Maybe they'll be their own page. Maybe they will be combined. Like maybe the goals will be part of the calendar, and I'll show you what I mean in just a second. Content deep dive is like, so if you have ideas, you take something from up here, your content ideas, the thing that you wrote, you bring it into month one and you say, okay, I want to make this video. Now what am I going to talk about? So you take that video idea, you put that title up there, and then you put it in there. You write all the stuff that goes with it. You say, I want to talk about books, making books. I want to talk about Affinity Publisher, and I want to talk about how to do that in Affinity Publisher. I want to talk about how to use the type tool and the type sets and the key frame, all the things. And then of course there's going to be the weekly detail. Now of course you can put this into your regular calendar, but an idea that I've stolen from Aaron Draplin and the people over there at Field Notes is that what gets written gets remembered. Or rather, I'm not writing it down to remember it later, I'm writing it down to remember it now. There's something about the analog process of writing something down that kind of solidifies the idea in your own head. So that's why I like to have a digital version of my weekly calendar. That's a personal taste, but I also like to have a analog version that I can just go quickly off the top of my head. Okay, it's Monday, I gotta publish a video, I gotta work on some art, I got a design project I need to do, I gotta start planning for the next video, so on and so forth. It just, I know because I've already written it down, I know exactly what's coming. And if I don't know what's coming, I've got it written down. And one thing I'm going to include in here, this isn't something that I would probably use too much except for maybe just kind of like extraneous notes like this, but journal pages. Maybe some people want to reflect on the things that they've done. They want to reflect on your week, want to reflect on your month. I'm going to put those throughout the book so that you have something. Hey, even if you just want to doodle your way to happiness, then do that too. And then at the end of month one, there's going to be a monthly recap, just kind of going back through, oh, what was successful, what was not, what goals did I achieve, did I head any, do I need to carry any over, what do I need to add to future goals, what things did pop up that I didn't think were going to be there until now, and now they're here, and now I got to do something with them. And then you take that information, and then what's going to happen is that you're going to repeat this whole section here. Well, you're going to repeat from month one goals to monthly recap, and I'm going to repeat that for months 2 and 3. So then you finish your 3 months, and then there's a quarterly recap. So you've recapped all your months, but then you need to go back and say, okay, did I achieve all the quarterly goals? I go back up here to quarterly goals. I have them written down here, or I can carry them back over here and say, yes, I hit this one, hit that one, didn't hit that one, need to make this one over, need to carry this over into the next quarter. Then of course there's going to be some closing content, which is like boilerplate stuff, like just the information about like maybe me, what I do, and what this is about, and I appreciate you for buying, blah, blah, blah. Hey, you want to get in on the next month and you want to have a little coupon code, go ahead and go here and you can get the next month for free. Not for free. You can get the next month for, like a little bit off. All of that's written down, but that doesn't really show you anything. That doesn't give you any kind of visual representation, and it really didn't help me visually either. So what I decided to do from there is do something that I'm not terribly used to doing, because a lot of my design, especially like whenever I do book or magazine design, comes from how the content flows. I haven't created any of this content yet, and a lot of this content is essentially going to be blank. So I need to kind of give myself a guideline so that I know what's going in there. Going back to the magazine ideas, like even though I kind of would flow certain stories the way they felt and the way that it felt good or what was going to be right for that particular story, there were still segments of the magazine that were templated. And so it's important to understand that I need to give myself those kind of frameworks. I need to give myself those little bit of constraints so that I know, like, okay, don't just go wild, Dave. Let's keep some continuity here. Let's figure this out. What I did here is I designed a little bit of, like I said, these are basics. This isn't going to necessarily reflect directly into the book, but this is kind of a general idea. I've got this intro page here. Now, I didn't mock up the cover. I didn't mock up any of this front matter because I don't know what it's going to be, and it's really going to be small stuff anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I did mock up the intro page, and then this will be some sort of bulleted information. I'm not exactly sure what that is, and it may not even work out that way, but I just figured, okay, we're going to keep this framework for both the intro page and the support page. Maybe this will just be quotes, like really motivating little quotes for people, or pieces of information that keep people focused on what they're doing. I'm gonna come over here to the content ideas. This is here, the content ideas, the types of content, and this is gonna be the different types of videos, the different types of audio content, the different types of writing ideas or social media. So that this is just already gonna be in there. Like, I'm just gonna fill it with information to give you an idea of things you could potentially make. And then you take the idea and then you make it, you know, you put your spin on it. The content brainstorm is then you go and you figure out what this stuff is, and then you go and bring it into here and say, I'm gonna make a video about this, and next time I'm gonna make a video about that, or I'm gonna make a blog post about this, I'm gonna make a newsletter about that, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Felt very Dr. Seussian just then. Quarterly goals, month 1, month 2, month 3, just gonna have the whole month broken down, and then maybe there's gonna be some general goals here. We'd have like things I wanna do in this month, next month, and the month after, and then maybe something that I want to achieve overall, or maybe something that carries over through all 3 months, because some things may not be achievable in 1 month. Case in point, this creative marketing playbook, only because it took me this long to get it this far, and I'm not even anywhere close to being finished yet. I had to break this up because of the way the page flows, sorry about that. But this is the monthly calendar. This is gonna be 1 page, it's gonna be a spread like this. So imagine this is on one spread, this is on another spread, and essentially it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. This is gonna be small bullet points for yourself to just understand this is what I wanna do. So you take this information that you want to achieve, you take your content stuff, and you put it in here. You put it in here, the monthly calendar, and then maybe there's a little bit of space for notes, or maybe this is goals, or you do whatever you want to do here. I'm still experimenting with this. I'm going to do some research on that to figure out what would be the best way, or what do people want maybe in a space like this, so that they have that readily available. So now you're in month 1, and these are your content ideas. What have you taken from here and said I'm gonna make for this particular month? And you write these ideas down, and you just have all of them down here so that you know, okay, I'm gonna do this, and this is what I'm gonna talk about deeper. This is a slightly deeper dive into the content. And then this is a journal page. I think I'm gonna use dots instead of lines, because I figured dots still kind of give some sort of linear grid, but it also gives people an opportunity to scribble and doodle or play dot to dot. Then weekly calendar, very similar to the monthly calendar, notes, and then the full week, and then you break down your week, and this will be like a timeline thing. So you put your hours down here, 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 till 2 a.m. like me, and then you put everything down in here and you write it down as you see fit. Monthly recap. What kind of achievements? What's going on next month? And do I have any thoughts? And maybe statistics if you're interested in maybe managing your social media stats, or what kind of readership you're getting. Maybe you want to write that down, and maybe it's part of your goals, and then you can figure that out. You can easily see and carry that information, because you'll have it here so that when you go to jump to the next month, which will be immediately after this, unless it's the 3rd month in the book, and then you're gonna have to buy a new book, and you'll still be there. Quarterly recap, again, retrospective information, maybe some little tidbits, new goals next quarter, and more stats or whatnot. And this was a mess up, disregard that. Quarterly recap carries over. Maybe there's some general thoughts, or some journaling, or things that you thought like that you didn't necessarily have enough room for to put in other places. And then the closing page here, these are blank because I have extra. But now that I have all of this stuff worked out, now I can go into Affinity Publisher and start building. Even if the framework doesn't line up exactly with what I've got going on here, at least I have a general idea. I can go and I can start building these pages and these master pages, and I can start building in my type styles and whatnot. Now here's the special thing, and I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to work this out yet. When I do design the cover, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take something from my art arsenal, or I'm gonna make something, and I'm gonna put that art on the cover, and then I'm gonna put content marketing playbook right out there on top of it. And then every quarter, I'm going to re-release the book with a new cover. Here's the thing that I'm not 100% sure. And this is something that I didn't even realize until just the other day. I kind of teased the idea of having a Patreon, and the truth is that I had a Patreon for a while, and I thought I'd shut it down. And then I just went there for some other reason. I went to go check it out, and I realized I still had my Patreon available, and people were still giving me money there. And I was like, what the hell? What the hell? I had no idea. I had no idea that all these people were just like spending money. Nobody said anything to me. I thought I'd shut it down, and that's kind of bad. That's bad, and I got to make it up to those people big time, because they had stuff that they were supposed to be getting. But I digress, because what I'm thinking is that for a Patreon perk, I might do, you join in for 3 months, at a certain level, and you're gonna get one of these books as part of your Patreon contribution. Still toying with that idea, not sure if that's how it's gonna play out, but we'll see. What's more important than that right now is getting it built, and so we're gonna work on that, and I am gonna film every step of that so that you can see it too. I may break down some of the aspects of it so that I can turn those into independent videos, or I may just do the whole thing and just do like this massive time lapse. I don't know. I'll probably do both or something. I don't know. If I had the content marketing playbook, I'd be able to figure that out by now. So I got to get to work. And you got to get to work, because you shouldn't be spending your time on YouTube all day long. I know you probably don't have a whole lot going on, but you should be making something. If you haven't been making something yet, go make something. And I'm going to go make this. You make that thing and I'll go make this thing, and then we'll come back here in a little bit and we'll discuss. That's it, folks. I'm done. Now, if you have any questions, have any thoughts, have anything you want to share with me, go ahead and go down to those comments below. Leave a comment, ask me something, share your story. And while you're on your way down there, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and then hit that bell so that you never miss any of these videos. I'm going to put the Patreon link in the description and at the thing at the end. You can do that if you want. That's up to you. It's there. Anyway, that's it, folks. I'm out. Remember, be good today, be better tomorrow. See ya.